Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Today we're going to go through the Sharkies game over the weekend, and man, oh man, am I proud of my football team. 44-12 against the Cronulla Sharks at home. Amazing performance from the boys, especially coming off, a really great performance from the Parramatta Eels, but the game before that, obviously disappointing loss at home against the Rabbitohs in torrential weather, all that sort of stuff, but just good to see we brought pride back to home. And this is the one thing that we want as Warriors fans. This one advantage we always do have is our home games, and we used to have it as a fortress. We're slowly going to bring it back. Hopefully we do. Just amazing to see the boys, take that one more step. I feel like this is the full revolution of the boys. Is before this, our defense was amazing. Our resilience was amazing. Then we had a little bit of our first half dips, and we had to be resilient. So we fixed that. We got our first halves going. Everything was going pretty well, but our attack was a little bit lacking. And then our attack started to click into gear. And throughout the whole thing, we had injuries throughout the whole year. And I feel like that's one underrated thing about this whole year this year. Now we've come to a whole point where our home game, so we got beat by the Roosters, we got beat by the Broncos, and beat by the Rabbits at home. And now I feel like maybe we are turning that corner now. Now, hopefully, we are going to turn this into a fortress. And that is the biggest thing to a team now, is just our growth for the whole year this year is absolutely amazing. And I could full credit to Webby for what he's done to this football team. Before this year, even in my eyes, we were a team that was chasing the top 8. We were maybe going to finish around that top 8 position. There was a whole lot of teams that were in our sort of boat to start this year. I thought the Tigers were going to be a lot better than they were. I thought the Bulldogs are going to be around about a lot better than they were. I thought the Titans were going to be a lot better than they were. Just like a whole lot of other teams that we were fighting for. And out of all the teams, Webby has chosen us and made us into what we are right now. We are fighting for a top 4 spot. I cannot believe that. But as I said, 44-12 against the Sharkies. We completed over 90% in this game. Amazing performance there. 8 tries to 2, 9 line breaks to 4, and only 6 errors in this game is one thing that we need to fix up. And we got a really beautiful win at home. Just so good to see the fans out there as well. Just shout out to all you fans out there. Being an Aussie-based fan, getting to watch it on TV as much as I can, or going to Warriors games as much as I can when they come over here. But watching it on TV, it just makes me so proud to see 25,000 of Warriors fans, people that love the Warriors just like I do, turning up and showing support. It's just so good to see New Zealand get behind this team, because this is the year that we should get behind this team. And for the next 5 to 10, or as long as we can hold this up for, hopefully we can continue this all the way through. First of all, I want to touch on SJ. An amazing game from SJ. He definitely takes my MVP of this match, because in general, I thought SJ was just on point. He was amazing in this game. He had a day out. 3 try assists, 3 line break assists, 601 kick meters in this game, but 140-20 as well, something he is adding to his tool bag. He's always sort of had it in his game, but in this game, it really it came at the perfect time. We started to put points on the Sharkies. We're getting them on the back foot, and then Shawnee with the 40-20. It was like just breaking the camel's back. It was amazing to see. His connection with Wade Egan, him and his connection with Lukey Metcalf at the moment. I know they had a try disallowed because Metcalf was offside, but there was some points there where they were connecting really, really well. The connections of our spine is looking really nice. Wade Egan is finally getting some sort of recognition for what he does around the ruck, some of the ruck work he does. We've seen people like Brandy come out in the past and said he was not wanted at the Panthers. There was a reason why he wasn't wanted at the Panthers. Now Webby's starting to get the best out of Wade Egan, and we're seeing some sort of potential out of Egan. His ruck recognition is just amazing. The way he gets the mark is working, and just opens up so much space for our forwards to run onto the ball, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But amazing game from SJ. Full credit to him with the new bub. Just everything going his way. Hopefully a Dally gets his way this year. And then honestly, just my favorite player of all time, so just put that there. But Golden Boot winner, Dally M winner if he gets it this year, and hopefully we get the premiership that we all want from SJ, and then hopefully he can get spoken about as one of the top halfbacks of our generation, because I feel like he does go underrated. A lot of it does come down to, because you see a whole lot of people come out and say SJ is playing the best football he can right now, the best of his whole career. And I agree, he's fully come to his potential right now. Obviously he doesn't have the speed and flair of what he had before, but I think the biggest thing of SJ's career that is going unnoticed, and I think maybe I wouldn't say going unnoticed, because I feel being a content creator, I understand that with videos, you probably don't have time to bring across your full thoughts on it, but people do forget SJ's injuries have been the biggest thing that hampered that guy for his whole career. Everyone says obviously he's been the flary guy, all that sort of stuff, but my biggest thing with SJ is injuries. It was never game management. I've always seen some good game management out of SJ. I've always seen amazing ball playing from SJ for his whole career. We had Bodine Thompson at one stage looking like Britton Nakora, like a while back. Or like I remember when I was growing up, SJ and Bodine Thompson was like anytime jam for Bodine Thompson back in the day. Then we had like obviously SJ, you carry our team with the forward pack is not even close to this forward pack to amazing performance after amazing performance. And then injuries happen. And due to those injuries, people do forget all the people we unearthed at this club that obviously aren't anywhere at the moment, but SJ going down. We had Ata Hingano at one stage stepping up. We had Dewey Lolohea stepping up and filling that spot. Mason Linu had to fill in that spot. And all those boys, they played amazing under that spot, but they weren't SJ. And that's always been the thing with SJ. He's always had hamstring injuries. He's had Achilles injuries. He's broken ankles. He's done knees. Like, he has been hampered for injuries for his whole career. And I finally feel like this is the time that we get to see the full SJ. We all know and love. We all know SJ. I feel like we all know SJ could have done this, and I feel like all before, but I feel like injuries have stopped him from being recognized as probably one of the best halfbacks we've ever seen. And SJ rant all over and done with. You already know how I feel about SJ. I honestly think he's honestly, for me, I've never seen a halfback do what he does. Either side of the park, I feel like he seems to be a punching bag for a lot of people back, growing up. People never gave him the respect that I saw out of a player, but then again, I feel like that could be my rosy colored glasses on, but yeah, all love the SJ. Second up, amazing performance from Rocco Berry, a player that is growing every game that we see. As I call him, baby Joey Manu, and maybe he hasn't got that full potential of a Joey Manu and all that, but I just like the body of him, the way he moves, and I can see some really good potential out of him. So 1 try in this game, 2 try assists, 129 run meters in this one, 2 line breaks, 7 tackle breaks, 15 tackles, 1 miss. And I think that's the biggest thing for Rocco Berry is coming up against a guy like Talakai. Man, missing 1 tackle is just phenomenal. Like, he bathed Talakai a couple of times in this game, and I couldn't believe it. This is a guy that's made origins. This is a guy, I don't want to put too much on Rocco Berry. I don't want to put too much hype on him. He does still need to grow in areas, but in this game, this is probably his most, I think the last 3 games or last 4 games, take out the Rabbitohs game or last 3 games, he's really stepped up into that center role and is playing amazing football at the moment. So moving on to our motor, our middle in the park, led by Adam FBlake, our man, the myth, the legend, just an amazing front row forward that we have at our club right now, our leader. 1 try, 183 run meters, 62 post-contact meters, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 24 tackles, and 1 miss. Amazing game from Adam FBlake. He's just been amazing for us this year overall. His connection with Tohu Harris, with Mitch Barnett, just the way we play him at the moment. We play him on an edge if we need to. We'll play him through the middle if we need to. He gets through all the shit work, but he can also do all the fancy stuff of running off short balls from SJ on the edge, or like a really nice overs line on the edge there, getting his nice meaty there. So just amazing game from Adam FBlake. What more can I say? We say it every week. Again, another shout out to Mitch Barnett, just becoming one of my favorite players to watch for our boys. Just the effort that he has, the energy he brings to our forward back is just amazing. I love the aggression he brings to us. He doesn't really get beat on tackles. When there's a one-on-one contest, when he comes together, he usually wins the wrestle. He's just so strong in the middle. And I know we've had him on the edge for the last couple of weeks. I honestly don't think he's an edge player anymore. He's definitely a middle player, and he's definitely a player I want to see play big minutes through the middle with Adam FBlake, both those boys together, because they have this alpha male mentality. 165 meters, 59 post-contact meters, 4 tackle breaks, and overall energy. That's all I got to say about Mitch Barnett. I love his energy. It's so good to have him around at the moment. And lastly, possibly for me, there's so many good signings that we've had this year, but I honestly cannot rate this signing even more than Dylan Walker. I think that Dylan Walker has been one of the best signings that we've had in a long time. And it's more so the fact of me and the Wise Up podcast. Go check out his new podcast he had out with Tony Kemp. Amazing to see Wise Up get into these big high profile people. But just as we spoke about, I honestly think that he's one of the most underrated signings that we've had in general. We have him in our squad and he just fills in he gives us so much depth everywhere on the park. Like, I know for a pinch if, like, you know, let's say Pompey went out in this game, we can chuck him at the center and he'll do a job. If Johnson or if Luke Metcalf went down with injury, I know we can chuck Walker there, or even Ciro. Ciro's been amazing for us this year as well. But, you know, Walker, when we put him on our bench, there's like, you know, we can run with a full forward bench with Walker there because we can play 14, even though I don't really like him at hooker. He could play there at a pinch. And then you could run a pretty light bench because some of the work he does for the middle is just as good as like a Jazzy Tavanga. And we do miss Jazzy, but he's like, yeah, man, I cannot rate him enough. So 49 minutes in this game, 147 meters, 48 post contact meters, 1 tackle break, 1 line break assist, 23 tackles, 2 miss against some big boys in the middle. Just amazing work to see him come on, and his momentum he gets with our boys from off the bench is just amazing. You see the boys, our attack hits a whole new dimension when Dylan Walker comes through the middle. It's something I never really noticed. You know, we noticed it at the Seagulls at times, but not consistently enough for me, where I was like, you know, when we signed him, I was like, I don't know if he's towards the end of his career, what he's going to look like with us. Webby and just Dylan Walker, just what they've brought to this club is just amazing. So good to see. I'm so happy. This is my Dylan Walker appreciation. Comment down below your thoughts on probably our best signing all year. All across the park, there's so many. Mitch Barnett for me has been amazing. When Marata Nick Goret comes back, when he plays football, he's amazing for us. You know, for me, Dylan Walker, like Chance Nickel-Crosstag obviously is for everyone as well. Chancey, what he's done out the back is just amazing. We're not missing someone like a Reece Walsh or RTS who's coming back to the club. But if RTS wasn't coming back, we're still looking like a top 4 team. Like, we're coming into a top 4 team right now. I don't know if we are fully like a full-fledged top 4 team, but you know what I mean? We're about to be that on a ladder, hopefully, if we get a really nice win over the Raiders. And just Dylan Walker, just the signings in general. Webby, I cannot be more proud of my club right now. So quickly moving on, obviously we got a massive game against the Raiders this week, back at home. Hopefully the boys can get up for this one. Hopefully SJ is not doing too bad with the knock that he got around his ankle region. I think it was a hematoma to his ankle or shin. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he gets a good run in it, and like, you know, obviously a short turnaround with a Friday game. Hopefully he gets back on the park here. Marata Niokore should be back, so Joshy Curran should drop back onto the bench. I'm not too sure how our bench will look. I was kind of like jotting it down before, but you know, Dylan Walker definitely is on our bench. Joshy Curran, Ciro, and maybe Tommy Ale. You know, Mitch Barnett will probably start up front. I was judging on if Bunty Afola's back. If not, maybe Bunty Afola starts up and Barnett goes to the bench and Ale drops out. It's definitely a food for thought sort of thing. But as I said before, with Walker there, I do feel confident that we can run a whole lot of different variations on our bench. So really, really excited for this week coming. Marata Niokore coming back. Just need that really big, strong man on that edge. Even though I think Curran's been playing amazing on that edge, some of the line running from Curran is just like really underrated. It's a really underrated part of his game. Especially, you know, with him and SJ, there was reports earlier on that him and SJ weren't seeing eye to eye, but when they come on the football field, and I've seen some things on, like, you know, social media and that, those boys seem close as hell. And like some of the lines he runs off of the SJ at the moment is just amazing. But when Marata comes back, he's that alpha male and that, and we can have Joshy Curran just fill in spots across the park because we know we can. He can go, you know, through the middle. He can go through the edges. Just amazing to have Joshy Curran on our team at the moment. Just amazing in general. What more can I say? I'm so happy to be a Warriors fan right now. Hopefully we don't kill our own buzz at the moment, as we know Warriors fans, like, we've been through that. But I feel like this is a different team. This is definitely a different team. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support on my channel and all that. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts overall from the boys. And yeah, hopefully the boys get up on the weekend, up the wires. Let's go.